Hello, my friends. This is your happy stamper lady, Rachel Markin, helping the creative you shine through. Welcome to week 3 of Christmas in July. Today, you are going to love the twist of tea that we use for our cards today. All right, let me take you to my blog site real quick. Here you can find absolutely everything you need. My blog, my catalogs, you can order from me here. You can go to Facebook, Instagram, all of the goodies are right here. And I'd really love it if you subscribed and then share with all the world around you. Hello, my friends. So I'm super excited today. If this is the first time you're joining me, welcome. We have been doing a series in July, Christmas in July, with a twist, because I like to do things a little differently. So we will make a Christmas card, and then I will show you the kind of the same concept, but use it with a different type of card. Today is going to be a summer tea party. Not even sure you're ready for the cuteness that's going to happen today. Okay, so we'll start with our Christmas card. Now, I have a notebook up here that you can look at all the time that will give you the measurements and let you know what we're using so that if you have questions. But always, you can friend me on Facebook, you can message me, you can ask me questions, you can comment on my blog and ask me questions, and I will gladly help you in any way that I can. So for the Christmas card, we're going to be using what is called Santa Express Memories and More cards. So what does that mean when I say a Memories and More card? Well, let me tell you. We sell cards and envelopes together. They're a group of them. In this case, you get these gorgeous green cards, matching envelopes, and you get these gorgeous can be a polka dot card, or there's red on the other side, and you're going to see how I use the red on the other side, and this is the back side of the card actually for me this time. You can do it either way. You get 20 cards and 20 envelopes for $11. You really cannot beat that deal, and it makes making your Christmas cards so easy and super fun. So that's what we're going to be using today. Now they measure 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, so that if you would want to go back and recreate more cards later, you would know the measurements that you need. Super simple. So because we already have the card ready to go, that makes it super easy for us to decorate and have fun with. Now, because I've done 2 cards, I've done some of the decorating for us already so that the video is not super long, because you know I'm super gabby anyway. So what are we using with this card? Well, we're using the Snowman Magic, which is in the mini catalog. I love this set, and we're actually going to use, it's the most magical time of the year, and we're going to use this snowman, but we're actually going to be using him as a die cut. Today is all about the die cuts, actually, because we use the snowman die cut, we use the top hat die cut, we use the summer hat die cut, you'll see that later. We use the Christmas die cut as well, the Christmas hat die cut as well. Oh, and the scarf, okay? So super fun with that. And then we're going to be revisiting this Joyful Flurry because I love snowflakes, and you just cannot go wrong with this set. The words are beautiful, the snowflakes are gorgeous, and it's just going to really make everything pop. Now, if those look familiar to you, you will have seen me use those in the last couple videos, but in different ways. And that is my point. I want to show you how you can use your supplies in many different ways, make your money stretch, and have a great time doing it. Another thing that we're using is this red and white glimmer paper. Now, this paper comes 6 by 6. I've cut it in half at 3 by 6 because I wanted it to go through my die cut machine, my mini die cut machine. And so I cut them each that way, and then I cut snowmen, and I cut teacups, and I cut lots of red teacups. But I wanted to tell you a couple little tricks real quick while I've got these out. A couple things that we have these adhesive sheets. I don't know if you've seen them, even heard of them. They could kind of get passed over because they're literally like in this section with all this paper, and it says adhesive sheets, and you could go, I don't really know what that is. I have passed it up myself. Now I know how magical they are, and you will want to do them too. So these sheets actually come 6 by 12. And I've cut them 3 by 6 so it'll fit on my 3 by 6 sheet. And then you easily peel the piece off. It's super sticky, so be very careful. Don't be like lopping your hands all over that because you want that stickiness. You're going to lay it down on the card, on your cardstock or on your DSP. And then when you run it through the Stampin' Cotton Boss machine, and as you'll see when I peel it off, it becomes a sticker. So everything you use when you use these becomes a sticker. Who doesn't love that? Sonia, I love it. And who doesn't love the glitter? Another thing that I love about this Glimmer paper that we have is it doesn't come off and leave you with glitter everywhere. Now, I love glitter, but I don't love glitter everywhere. I don't love it like all over the house. And here's another tip for you. Look how I cut that out. I could cut out like literally every piece that you could cut out. So all my teacups and my hats. But what I also did was like, oh, I only need a couple more teacups. Well, I'm not wasting that paper. So I pulled out umbrellas, flowers, sunglasses, hearts, all kinds of extra little die cuts, and I used it and I saved them for later. You know how I love to do that because I feel like that, one, it saves you money and it saves you time. You're not wasting any of your paper. You're using every little scrap of that paper and it saves you time as well. Now, the thing that's going to be used on both of the cards is from this cup of tea. I love this tea set. We're going to be using this more and more. But for today, we actually just used the teacup as a die cut. But this tea set is fabulous. And it comes as a suite in the annual catalog. So that's something you're going to want to go check out. You're not going to want to miss out on the teacup. Now, the DSP is going to look familiar because we already went through it, so I'm not going to go over it a ton. It's the Sweetest Christmas DSP that we did with our little joyful hippos. And remember when I talked about the candy canes? We're visiting the candy canes today, and you're going to love what we do with these candy canes. Okay, I think I have all the supplies that I need for what we're going to use to make our card. Oh, we're also using these little dots. I cut the top off. What a goober. I cut the top off to take pictures and then I forgot what they were. Hello, that's not helpful. How about fine sparkle adhesive back gems? How about those? We're actually going to use these in a different way today, and I'm excited to show you that because I, again, want to show you how you can approach things differently and get more use out of all of your supplies. The colors we used for the Christmas card: Pool Party, Cherry Cobbler, Shaded Spruce, and Orchid Oasis. Okay, now, one of the things that I did that I wanted to share with you is that I used, hello to that gorgeousness, is that I used Pool Party inside for the littlest snowflake, okay? And then that's Shaded Spruce, and then the big snowflake is Cherry Cobbler, as is the word. And then this piece of DSP from the Sweetest Christmas is 5 1/4 by 1 inches, okay? A couple things I want to talk about with the DSP that makes it super, super easy. Love It, Chop It. I have a So Know What video about Love It, Chop It. I did not come up with it. That is Kylie and Bruno Bertucci, friends of mine in Australia. They came up with that. When you do Love It, Chop It, you have 6 pieces of paper from 1 12 by 12, and they measure 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So you take one of these pieces of paper and you cut them at the inches, and you get 4 of these for the inside of your card. Okay, so again, stretching our DSP so that you can get the most use out of it. And for the front of the card, 5 1/4, okay, this is already 5 1/4, you literally cut this in half at 2 5/8, and you get 2 pieces for 2 of your cards. Simple, simple, simple. I love to do that. I love making it easy, and I love making it stretch. So that's what the inside of the card is going to look like. And that was super simple. That was laying down a piece of DSP and stamping some snowflakes. Hello, who doesn't love that? Now, for the outside of the card, we're going to want to add some more snowflakes. Of course we are. We can't just leave that as it is. So we're going to use our Shaded Spruce with our medium snowflake, okay? And we kind of just want to come up and we kind of want to surround this guy, the bigger snowflake, because you're just looking for a little more pop. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got to get that. The light is it's a little hard on these dark colors. Now in person, when the person gets the card, it's not hard at all. They're going to be able to see it and it's gorgeous. And they're going to be like, hello to my happy Christmas card. And they're not going to be sad at all. It's a little difficult. Once I get it all done, we'll move it around and we'll kind of play with that so that you can see it just right. Now, this DSP I've already talked about, 5 1/4 by 2 5/8. This is going to be backed with dimensionals because I want this to pop up a little bit because we are literally having everything sit in a teacup. You guys, I'm not even really sure you're ready for the cuteness of this. It is so magical. I am loving how these cards turned out. I'm loving that my brain worked enough for me to think of them. Because I have definitely been struggling. This has been a really, really hard week for me. But I had all of this planned ahead of time. So that definitely made it easier on me because I had already kind of planned ahead of what I wanted to do. Now, I've already punched it out, but I want to show you this because it's really fun. This is the cloud punch. That's what it's called, just the cloud punch. So I did this cloud punch and I did it in brown because it's going to look like cocoa. Okay, you get to see how my mind works. If you spent any time with me stamping, you know that I'm a little quirky, but I just see things differently and I get super, super excited about how we can do them. Did you see how I peeled that off? This is a sticker. Okay, our teacup is a sticker, and so all you have to do is peel that up and stick it on there. Voila, you have your magical teacup. Then we're going to use our glue or any adhesive that you like. You know I like my glue, but you're welcome to use whatever adhesive makes you happy. And we're going to, because I left that open at the top, it didn't have a dimensional there in the top. We're going to come across there. Rachel, let me shoving your cocoa down so nobody can see it. Good gravy. We're going to go across there. I got a little carried away. And we're going to put our cocoa in place. Is that not super, super cute? Okay. So now we have the cocoa in place. So now we need a candy cane. Of course we need a candy cane. Everybody needs a candy cane in their cocoa. And it's super, super humid here. So I don't mind thinking about Christmas right now because it is like steal your lungs away humid right now here in Ohio. I struggle anyway with stealing my lungs, but it is truly stealing your lungs away right now here in Ohio. Okay, look at how this is already shaping up. You're like, yes, please. Okay, so what we need to do with this little guy, that's our little snowman guy. This is the basic black Stampin' Right marker. You have to use Stampin' Right marker. I will tell you, I tried it the other way. I thought, well, maybe the Stampin' Blends will be a little bit darker for me. And literally, they just bled all over my poor snowman. I actually had to waste a snowman, which, you know me, I hate to waste a snowman. But I just couldn't, I couldn't fix him. I can fix a lot of happy accidents, but he just kind of bled. His poor little eyeballs kind of, it was a sad little sight for our little snowman. So that didn't work out. So now I'm peeling again. My nails don't seem to want to grab hold. Let's try our handy dandy pick a tool piece. There you go. Gets right under there to pull that out. Okay, because we need a sticker. Okay, so then the snowman goes in, and you can always go back. I kind of went back over the eyes a couple times, to be honest. I kind of was like, I'm going to do a little bit more with the eyeballs. There's our little scarf that we cut out, that we talked about. Right? And so he has to have a little scarf, and just hold that for just a few seconds. You just want it to stay down. The only reason it's harder to stay down is because you're putting it on that glimmer paper. It works, you just got to hold it for a minute. He just needs a little more loving time to get it to stay on there. And let's give him a hat, because he has to have his cute little toboggan. So you have an option with the hat. I did a couple like this where it's, you stamped it in a color and then you cut it out. I stamped it in Pool Party and then you cut it out, and then I cut some of them out in the red glimmer paper. And so that's really up to you what you would want to do with that. Those are like your options for that. You can go either direction. They're both actually adorable. So I'm not sad for either one. I gave him a little bit darker on the eyeballs because I thought that he needed it. And then, remember, so we used our cloud punch completely different. We made a cocoa in a cup. Then we're going to use our embellishments. Are you ready for his cuteness? And we're going to give him the cutest little nose. I love it. I'm weird and quirky, but I love it. I just fell in love with that. So we only have a couple more things to do with this cute little Christmas guy. Is we want to give a dark snowflake. That baby snowflake, I felt like you just needed to kind of pull out the color with the baby snowflake. And that really kind of like made it kind of jump to life. And then we have our tag. So if you watched my video last week with the cute little critters for fall, I talked about this tag, how you punch it out in white, and then you punch another one out in the DSP or dark paper. I'll show you because I didn't put this one together yet. So you actually have the two pieces, you cut it in half like that, and you mount it behind the white piece and then put it on dimensionals, and it makes you look like you got like a shadow effect on your tag. And I really, really like that effect. I know I already used it once, but it's actually really kind of stellar and I really like it. Are you kidding me? Oh, and I forgot one more thing because you can never have enough glitter. Not in my world anyway. I'm back to that black washi tape glitter. Oh my gravy. I'm going to have to get more just for that black because I've just used that black like crazy. So the black washi tape glitter really gives it that oomph right there at the bottom, kind of draws your eye there at the bottom. And remember, this came in a pack of 4. This was the black and the Highland Heather and pumpkin pie and I think old olive. And it is in the mini catalog in the Halloween section. So you could miss that if you didn't know what you were looking for. So just wanted to remind you of that, not to miss out on that. Okay, so this is our Christmas in July card made with our Santa Express Memories and More cards. And look how gorgeous that is. And truly, it's very easy if you do it in stages. I did like cut all my DSP, cut out my candy canes, obviously, did all of one day, just like sat and watched some Castle. I'm into watching Castle and Winnie the Pooh. I'm very dichotomous, I did tell you that. And so I cut these out on my die cut machine with all my little pieces. And then when you have your pieces together, that's how quickly it goes. Because I leave my stamps all at one time. So stamp all your red snowflakes, stamp your green snowflakes, stamp your blue snowflakes, so that everything is just all together at one time. And come on, can you even stand how cute he is? So this is the green one. And this is the red one. So this just didn't match with what I wanted to do, but there are 2 sides, people. And so I just flipped it over and thought, that's the back of your card. You just get a cute little polka dot on the back of your card. I wanted the red to shine through, and I wanted to be able to do the exact same thing that we did in the other card. How cute is that? There's your red and your green. And remember, they come with their matching envelopes. Simple, simple, simple. And I will probably do a snowflake on the envelope. I actually didn't think about that, but I'll probably do like a cute little snowflake in the corner because why not? We're cuting it up. It's Christmas. We're giving away beautiful cards. That is part of our gift. Remember, I've talked about that before. This is a work of art. You're putting your heart into it. You're doing that work. You want to give it your best. Give it away. Okay. So, a twist of tea. So, we had the cocoa. Now, we're going to come across and we're going to be using the Tea Boutique Memories and More cards. So, the Tea Boutique, I did want to share this with you because I think that this is very interesting because these cards are 5 different colors. So the Santa Express is just the 2 colors, which is fine. But these come in a pack with all the new in colors. So this is Starry Sky. This is Orchid Oasis. This is Parakeet Party. This is Sweet Sorbet. And then you have Tahitian Tide. Okay, so you get 20 cards, 20 envelopes, and I want to show you the matching envelopes because these are really pretty. They actually already have flowers stamped on them, and then the design that's on the card is the design that's on the envelope. Man, Stampin' Up! Just does it right. So see how the design is the same? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You're going to get this. It is truly a work of art. This beautiful piece that you've put together is so, so lovely. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, one more. Show you the envelope that matches. Lovely. Okay, so this also, I wanted to share with you, comes as a suite. So if you don't know what a suite is, Stampin' Up! Will sell things together that match. They all coordinate together. And so that Tea Boutique that we used today actually comes with those Tea Boutique cards and envelopes, and it comes with some other cute elements, and the die cuts are included. It's a wonderful price, and so just wanted to share with you that you can kind of like do like a all together thing, and it's lovely. All right, so here's what we're going to do. So we have one of them. I will show you all 5. I actually did one of each color because I had to see what they look like. But today we're going to do the Starry Sky. So we're going to be revisiting the Wonderful World paper and Wonderful World stamps. And if you remember, we visited these also with the Joyful Hippos. This is a celebration set. And I went over all the different beautiful paper that you get. So you get 12 by 12 DSP and you get a set of stamps for free if you spend $100. Now, remember, celebration is only going on until August 31st, so you do not want to miss that deal. And this Wonderful World paper is truly wonderful. It's really magical. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You are going to love it. And I've already shown you, this will be the second time I've used it. I still have paper left, and I've made 20 of each card, so you're not going to go wrong with getting these sets because they really do last a long, long time. So, Wonderful World stamp set, Wonderful World DSP. What's the other thing that we're going to use? We are going to use the Glad We're Friends set. I can't stand this set. So tell you a funny little story. This little guinea pig, so I get the new catalog and I'm able to look at the catalog like a month in advance. That's one of the many perks of being a demonstrator. And if you ever have questions about that and want to join my team, I would love to have you join my Happy Stamper Lady team because I do have so much fun and I'd love to be able to stamp with you. That would be a huge joy for me. So I get it like a month in advance. And literally, as soon as I saw that guinea pig, I was like, yes to that guinea pig. I must have that guinea pig. It's not even an option. The guinea pig will be mine. Like I was like super like yes to the guinea pig. And even my daughter, who is much more low-key than I am, I can be a little dramatic. She's much more low-key, but she was like, Mom, you have to get that guinea pig. That is the cutest thing ever. And so she was equally excited about the guinea pig. Okay, look at that rose already just coming out. And I started stamping on the little tag. We don't want to forget the little tag. That's actually important. So didn't want to forget the little tag. that we're going to be using. That was Rich Razzleberry, by the way. Now we're going to move on to Starry Sky with this. I have no idea what this flower is. I'm not even going to pretend that I know, but it's really cool. I mean, you'll see the full thing here in a minute, but just even like that little edge piece, I don't know what it's called, but man, it's super, super cool looking. I love it. If you want to give me names in the comments, I'm never sad if you actually want to share with me, like, hey, Rachel, that's called. Will happily like to know what it's called. But look how gorgeous it is. I mean, wowza. Like, look at that stamped. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. Okay, so that flower, whatever it is, was in Starry Sky. And then we're going to come around with Fresh Freesia with this pretty little flower. And just kind of give it like a little accent. Can you see that? It's super light. You can see it here in the card, but it is a very, very light stamp, but it's quite lovely. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that down there on our tag. All right. That's all the stamping. Boom. And so again, if you were doing assembly line, which you know that I like to do. If we were doing assembly line, then I would just sit and stamp all my flowers at one time. Just be like, yep, we're going to get those flowers stamped. And then I'll come back and I'll do something else, which I'm trying to get better about doing because I've just gotten so tired lately. So I will share a little bit with you about what is going on. It's a little bit scary, to be honest. There's Glad We're Friends. Isn't that nice? And we need the tag. So we need to clean that off. I got a little bit of stuff on there. Yeah, got to get that off the block. I had it on the block too. This little saying is ridiculously cute, and it matches how much I love this guinea pig. He's so cute. So I am like deathly allergic to all animals. Well, like not turtles or like fish or whatever, but anything with fur, dander, feathers. It's gonna be a great day. Like guinea pig, guinea be a great day. Come on. Hello to that cuteness as well. Love it. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. So something tried to sneak under there. Let's go ahead and put a couple things together so that we can get it ready. So remember how I talked about that tag? So you punch it out in white, then you punch it out in whatever DSP or cardstock you want, and then you just do a little bit of glue, like on the edge, because, sorry, you want it to be like a shadow. So you're going for the shadow effect. That's what we're going for. Oh, we're doing pretty good on time. Okay, so we're going for the shadow effect here. Could we get that ready? And actually, let's go ahead and put these dimensionals on here so they can sit for a minute, and then we'll put the front of the card together, and we're done. Okay, so this week, excuse me, I went to my doctor. I have to go every month and get my face cleaned out. It's painful and horrendous, to be honest, but it helps me to stay alive and try to keep it as clean as possible. But he wanted to do a scan. It's been a year since my last surgery, and the last surgery really was to keep me alive. There was so much infection in there, and he wanted to do a scan just to see how things were looking like up inside my face, and he found a huge mass like up in my head. Not good at all, obviously not good. Very scary, not what you want to hear. So I'm gonna have to have surgery again because it has to come out. It can't stay there. And I'm gonna have to have my ear redone. I have a tube in this ear and it's ripped, and it's just a mess. But all of that to say, it's been rough, but I continue to pray and just try to have a good attitude, try to keep my spirits up. Crafting helps me in that way, like really helps me. Crafting is like kind of my magic place, I would say. Like it just helps me to calm, be more centered, I guess. And I need that, need those places. So, yeah. So you're watching me like throw this together. Same concept as the other ones. The paper's different. I did it this way. So you'll see that the DSP on the outside is 5 1/4 by 2. It still is a piece of the Love It Chop It just cut in half at 2. And then the strips are the exact same thing as what I did on the other one. And then the cups, you peel it like a sticker. I put down dimensionals on the flowers that I cut out of the DSP. I talked about that. We did our cute little tag on there. We got this little corgi. I do want to talk to you about the corgi real quick. He comes as a stamp with this fan, like they're together on the stamp. So you will either have to fussy cut him around the fan every time you stamp him, or the other option, and this is what I ended up doing, is I cut the stamps apart. I know that could make people a little bit frightened, but they're your stamps. So if it's something that you want to do, and I think I will end up using the corgi with the fan at some point, but I kind of feel like I'll use the corgi more without the fan. So I just felt like I wanted him without the fan. And so I just cut it apart. Now I did color these with the blends. So you have, they're all the colors we use. You have Fresh Freesia. Oh no, they're not. I'm sorry, I used different blends. So the Fresh Freesia we did use, but Highland, dark Highland Heather, and light Blackberry Bliss. So I just colored them in, and I did use the little black marker to like dot their eyes and do his nose so it would stand out a little bit. Okay, we're almost done, you guys, but I got to give you these last little pieces because they're ridiculously cute. So the top hat, it's so cute. The top hat is from the snowman set. Remember, I told you that. The top hat and the summer hat, the corgi needs a hat too. We can't not just have the one getting the hat. She needs the Audrey Hepburn hat, which I love. Look how cute they are. So cute. Okay, so we're done. We're just going to give it this little glimmer here. We're going to give them a little blingy bling. They can't be without their blingy bling. And then we are done. So all of that to say, I'm not blowing that off. I just, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, to be honest. It's been a really hard week. I've been in a lot of pain from the face cleaning, and just in general, I'm hurting. And I'm just trying to kind of process all of that. I'm super not excited about another surgery, obviously, because gross, who's ever excited about a surgery? But it is a necessity and it needs to come out. Like you can't, yeah, like there's concern about where it's at. It's right behind my eyeball. So that's no good. So we got to get it out of there. So that is important. Okay, look at this little guy. I told you weren't even going to be ready for the cuteness of that. Okay, so now if you notice, I say take a picture when I do this. It's because my husband will then know where to snap that so he can use the picture. I know I probably sound like super goofy when I say take a picture every time. You're like, all right, we see you. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you one of each color. I told you. Oh, yeah, we're doing good. Okay, one of each color. I don't know if I can get everybody in here. Let's try to move a little bit more. Okay, try to get that out of the way. We'll get one more. I want you to see all of the cute little corgis, but we've got to get a Christmas one in there, so maybe those little guys will have to go out for a minute. But at least get one Christmas guy in here. So maybe that little guy will have to be out, and then you'll have to have at least have, yeah, there you go. Let's see that pretty good, right? Take a picture, my love. Okay. So I know it's super goofy, but there you go. So this is a twist of tea for Christmas in July. Christmas cards, summer tea party cards, all with the same concept of the teacup, all with the same concept of the Memories of More cards. You just changed your characters and you changed your DSP. Super, super easy. And I do love it because what you end up doing then, when you like make these with that, that's 40 cards. Now, you may not need 40 cards, but like I think I'm getting ready to send probably 120 cards. It's what I do. It is my happy place where I like to send cards to people. So, I mean, yeah, so I need them. I actually almost just emptied my box today of cards. So, there you go. All right, let's go to the front screen. My friends, thank you for joining me. If you're not a prayer, that's totally fine. Send me love and good thoughts. And if you are someone who prays, I would appreciate that as well. I am very nervous. Right now, my surgery is scheduled for August 29th, so it feels kind of far away. But God's got this, and I'm going to just keep trying to plug away. I'm having more bad days than I have before, so I'm going to keep trying to do my blog. I was able to do my blog and my video this week, but I might be a little lower key, and it might not be what I want it to be, but I'm certainly going to try because it makes me feel better when I create. So, what am I going to tell you to do? Go and make the world a better place. People need encouragement, love, kindness. We need kindness, lots of kindness. And until I see you next week, my friends, I bid you adieu.